Hola, mi amigas. It's Pat here from the Costa Blanca Travellers, and I wonder if you can guess where I am today. And today is Monday. It's the 6th of May 2024, and I am in the Vega Baja region in a very pretty town. Yes, it's got beautiful architecture, it's got mountains, it's got so much going for it, okay, really. So it's one of those towns that you have got to visit if you are in this region. So, where am I? Well, today I am in the wonderful town of Benejuzar. Benejuzar, which is in the Vega Baja region, and it has a market here between 8:30 and 1:30 every Friday. You'll find some market stalls all here, and selling lots of nice fresh fruit and vegetables. I should think the temperature today is, even though it's cloudy, it's around 24, 25 degrees. Very pleasant indeed for just walking around today, this beautiful town. Um, Now, one thing I must just tell you about here is the streets are very straight and long, and they've got lots of things going for them. And this town, would you believe it, had to be rebuilt following an earthquake in 1829. So that's quite a while ago, and it's got lots of interesting different buildings in all the streets. Every single building that you go to look at here, you'll find something interesting. So it was rebuilt following a massive earthquake, and they decided to build it all the streets very straight in straight lines, very similar to the town of El Moradi. If you go to El Moradi, you will see. Now, just look at this veranda. You see what I mean? This reminds me so much of Cuba and the Caribbean influence. Those beautiful wrought iron railings. And this is the sort of architecture you will find as you're walking around the streets here in Benejuzar. Beautiful buildings. Look at that long veranda. Imagine sitting out on that, relaxing with a nice glass of vino, eh? Absolutely beautiful. So, got these lovely windows. Every single building is interesting. In the distance there, you can see some brown and yellow ones. I think they're a bit more modern types of building, built a little bit later than those ones I've just shown you. But even so, still very nice. Very nice apartments, all lots of nice verandas. And in the distance, you can see the lemon groves, which I'll come on to in a moment. So. Yeah, so lots of square windows there on that one. So obviously the architect in that building was to keep it to rectangular shapes. So what's the economy like here in Benejuzar? Well, it's a very agricultural area. It's based very much on lemons, limes, oranges, and citrus fruits, and it's based on the cultivation of those. And that's what the lots of. It's a very big farming region. I love this particular area here. Look at this. There's so many benches to sit down on. It's so nice when you're out and about to see in the centre of Spanish towns these beautiful benches to sit on. And look across over the road there. What have you got? The absolutely beautiful mountain range there of the Sierra de Benejuzar in the distance there. And that's a great place for a hike. You can walk up the peaks there, which are 200 meters high, like Cabizo de los Mozos, Rotondo, and Eldo de la Escotera. So they're very high. And the trails are very easy and suitable for all levels of walkers. So you're sport for choice there. If you're a walker, you can go up those trails. So they're quite easy trails. So no problems for walkers of all levels. I love this that the lemon groves that are just opposite here. Now look at all those lemons. They look really ripe, don't they? Look like they're just ready to be harvested. And I have to tell you that the lemons and oranges here are just so juicy and beautiful. Beautiful. We've just had them in makes, and you can make lemonade with them. You can have them in your gin and tonics. And just imagine they would make so much lemon curd, wouldn't they? I bet they makes beautiful lemon curd. So, um, Yeah, this is the time of year when they're harvested, and you'll find them all on the markets here, all along the Vega Baja region of Costa Blanca in Alicante. I love this avenue of trees, and that's one thing I love about this particular town, that you see in almost every street these different avenues of trees, which just makes it so pleasant to walk along than just having a single a single road without anything much along it to look at. So there we go. Got some more different buildings over there, small architectural buildings. As you're going along here, you're noticing it all as we're going along. So yeah, so that's the mountains in the distance. Got beautiful views, so they must have beautiful views to wake up in the morning. Just imagine sitting on one of those verandas and overlooking the beautiful mountain range, and probably inspire you to go out for a walk, or while you're having your breakfast and just hearing the birds here. And I must say, it's very quiet here today. All you can hear is the actual birds singing, and because it is, of course, siesta time. I'm here around 2:30 in the afternoon, and so it's nice and quiet. But I imagine on a busy day, it does get very busy, like market day. Now look at this. I love this idea here for families just to come along in this area. Look at these games with these little stools. Who remembers this game? Ludo, look, Ludo game where you can sit down, have a little game on a Sunday afternoon with the family, bring a picnic and have a little game of Ludo. How amazing is that? Let's go and look at this one, see what this one is. Ah, no, this looks like checkers or drafts. So I think it's seen a bit better days in the middle there. Could do with probably recovering. Maybe they'll get round to doing that. Getting down to improving those and doing them up a bit, making them a bit more. Now, who remembers this game? I don't. Does anybody know how to play this game? Let me know in the comments below if you know how to play this board game. But it's one of the tables here where the kids can sit down and play a game while they are having a picnic, I guess, grown-ups. So this is something that they can do. Now look at this one. This looks like, it reminds me of Snap and old Mother Goose cards that you used to play. But I think you play it with dice, and it's a bit like you have to count and go around the board probably and move with a dice. So I'd imagine you probably need a dice for that. But if you know what that one's called, then again, let me know in the comments below. But great ideas. I think that's a really super idea to actually do this in this area for the kids. And what do you make of this? This is incredible. It's a very miniature running track in this area that they've made for the kids to run along. And I'd imagine that the little ones, little toddlers probably, it's made obviously for small children, so they haven't got too far to run. But I love it. Now this would just be something good, wouldn't it, if the English towns could have these in every British town for the little ones to run races with each other and have fun. How incredible is that? Um, so there they've spent quite a bit of money on improving this area, which is really great to see, and so many things for the families to do in this town, amazing town. So let's move on a bit further, see what we've got in this street. It's quite a long street, this, I have to say, as I'm just wandering along here. But it's just great to see that so many things you can see as you're moving along. Now, what do you think this might be? I was surprised when I saw it. It's done very nice. It's a very small basketball court, again, for the small children to have a go at, because it's very popular. This is so popular in the UK, playing basketball, and it's just as popular over here. The kids just love it. So bring a basketball along, have a little game with the family, compete against each other. What's not to like and enjoy? And with the mountains in the distance. And we've got even more things here for the kids to enjoy. Every town and village I find has these, which is great. They haven't got kids out here haven't got too far to go to get some enjoyment, and they've got again benches to watch the kids. This is another little train here that they can climb on and enjoy. And look at that architecture in that one. This looks a bit more modern building, doesn't it? These ones. Um, these must have been built when they uh, rebuilt the town, and they've done a great job with doing some lots of interesting buildings and making them all different, which is nice to see, rather than just having, you know, building after building where they're all very, very similar. So yeah, I love it, and this I have to say, this area is so clean and tidy, and the litter bins are placed around. And I haven't seen, I have to say, a single piece of litter as I've been walking along, which is incredible. How often do you find that when you're walking along the streets in the UK? Now, this is another game, look. What do you think kids have to do on this game? Is it a jumping game where they have to jump a lot across each line? And who remembers this? Hopscotch. I do. I have to say, hands up. I was the one of the kids that was throwing that stone and jumping along and getting to the end. A classic game. Whatever happened to those games? Now, I wonder what they have to do here. Look, they've got 2 footprints and several dots. What do you have to do on this game? It looks like you're facing each other. I'd love to know. And this one looks like a dice, doesn't it? An enlarged dice. What do you have to do on that? So, some unusual games there for the kids to play. But I have to say, it looks like they've spent quite a bit of money on this area. And it even says here this is Levy Park, and it looks like it's done in 2020 at a cost of €41,326. So it looks like they've spent quite a bit of money on this area, on doing this and opening it up. It was just before COVID, wasn't it? In the COVID year, so yeah, that must have been. So it's only about 4 years old. Now they have banks here. This is one of two banks in the town, so you won't be spoilt to hard to find a bank. And look at this. This is like a offers massages and different therapies like that that you can have done here. Electrolytes on the skin. So that looks very good to have in the town, doesn't it? If you need that type of thing. And we've got a estate agent here. Haven't come across many yet in the town, but yeah, there we go. I wonder what this is. This is 132,000. Look, for a 3-bed, 2-bath apartment. Okay, €132,000 in Benejuzar. Is that type of property something that would you be interested in here in this quiet town? And there's bungalow there, Palada Horadada. Again, not sure how much that one is, 230 euros, I believe that one. So yeah, we have got some agents here in the town if you're interested. So let's just have a walk along here and see where we end up next. And here we are coming up to the church area. Let's have a little walk along here and see where we come to along here. So this is the church, the Nuestra Senora del Rosario church. It dates back to the first half of the 19th century, I should say. It's got a beautiful plaza and streets all lead off around it. Absolutely amazing. So it's really large. I've got some restaurants here. This is Restaurant Alicia. Okay, I have to say here, guys, the restaurants here offer dishes, some fantastic dishes, such as arroz, abanda, gazpacho manchego, and Valencian paella. Look at this tree. Isn't it incredible, the roots on it? How they intertwine. I wonder how old it is. How old do you think this tree could be in the plaza here in Benejuzar? And I've never seen so many roots go and it intertwines. I don't know what sort of tree it is, but it's a work of art in itself. Okay, so one other thing I should say about the restaurants, don't forget to try the local sweets here. You can get aniseed rolls and almendrados. Now, I love these polo mint trees. Lots of Spanish towns have them. They're round and they clip them to keep them really trim. And Almiradi is another town that has these types of trees in their square, but I just love them. They're just so relaxing. Imagine sitting here on a sunny day, providing much shade from the hot sun in the summer months, and just enjoying watching and chilling out, and people watching. Amazing. So what have we got here also in the square? Would you believe it? What have we got? Look, it's a doner kebab shop, and a lot of Spanish towns do have them. Because a lot of youngsters now and old people do like a bit of kebab when they're out. And we've got one here. So it's not doesn't look like it's open at the moment. Might open later because it is a Monday today, so it is a quiet day. But there you go. There's the menu. It's in Spanish that side, and here it's in English. Yeah. So got quite good prices. So you can get a kebab from about €1.70, hot dog €2.50 there for a hot dog. Yeah, so prices are lots of burgers and yeah, quite an interesting menu there. So even do enchiladas, salads, lots of kebabs and pizzas as well. So if you're feeling peckish and this place is open, there you go. That's right on the square here. Maybe give it a try. Oh, look at this! Another interesting street with all these verandas and different colours. Everywhere so tidy and different types of trees again here. So whoever's planned this square out in Benejuzar has really thought it out. Yeah, I just love this. Every single street has got verandas all the way along it. And obviously they've had some sort of fiesta look because they've just got all the decorations still up. So that could be the Ferra festival that they've just had at the very start of May. Now look at this particular building in the distance, the one I'm talking about, the green one with all these little tiny windows. I love how it curves around on the corner, how they get to make it curve, but I wouldn't want to be the one that has to clean all those little tiny windows. But I love the verandas on it, I must say. Yeah, actually, I bet that's lovely inside as well. So we're coming up the side now, the side of the church here, and you can just imagine chilling out. Loads of places again to just sit and chill out outside, and take in the scenery. The weather's a bit cloudy, but it's still very warm today. Now, who fancies a tattoo? Would you like to get a tattoo done? Well, you can do here, because Evasion Tattoos is here right beside the church in the town square of Benejuzar. So if you fancy a small tat on your arm, on your leg, then you can get it done here. And it's a very beautiful surroundings, maybe, to get one done. Might inspire you to have one of these little trees done on you, or the different shapes of them. I love how these different shapes of these trees are just, it's just been so well thought out, this square. It's incredible. Now there's more signs, look, of the festival, the different coloured bunting that's going from one place. And there's lots of Madonna pictures hanging over the balconies. So I think it's from the Ferrer festival that they have here, because the Spanish love to hang their pictures over the sides of the verandas. And it looks, I think they had some of those also in Cottrell when I was in Cottrell recently, and they beautiful to see them just hanging over the verandas, something that you just don't find happening back home. So it's so nice to see. Look at that building there, another one that curves around. That looks really quite old building, doesn't it? Well, much older than the rest of them. But again, beautiful, lovely arch type windows. It's just got so much heritage and culture to this town. Every single street you go down, you see a different type of building. It's just bewildering and amazing to see. Let's have a look over here. Looks like another shop over there. The restaurant or a kebab. Looks like another kebab or pizzeria. Kebab and pizzeria. Quite a couple of food pizzerias in this place. This town. Now look at this here. Would you find this? This is incredible. It's just carved out of the rock under this building, and somebody's planted something in a planter and beneath it. Look, I just love how it just curves around and it's carved out of the rock. I wonder what would go inside there. Maybe a statue. You think a statue of the Madonna or something was inside there? Maybe it has something to go in it. I don't know. If anybody knows what might go in there, let us know in the comments below. So another little pizza place there tucked away inside the pizzeria there. I love the fact that these trees, like, and even down this street, you've got some little miniature trees, and they've all not been allowed to let overgrown. Now look at that. There's a Spanish flag hanging out over there, and there is the Madonna, and another lady next to her. So again, that's how it signifies that it's a fiesta that they've been celebrating here. And you can just imagine the horses and the costumes that they must have been wearing, walking down these streets up towards the church there in the distance. It is such a pretty square, that scene, just walking around and seeing the church there with its two spires. Two spires it has on it, isn't it, on this church? So a lovely church, and there at the top is the statue. That reminds me of the Redeemer in Rio. Do you remember the statue of the white Redeemer on the mountain in Rio? Oh look, they've got that here in Benejuzar on the church of the Nuestra Senora del Rosario Church. Beautiful architecture, this church. It's not open today, so I couldn't go in, unfortunately. But maybe another day I'll have to come back and see if I can get in there when it's actually open. But yeah, really quite nice. So another restaurant here. Look, where again I can hear the crockery clattering inside, but I think they assume they open in the evening time. It's siesta time at the minute, so a lot of these restaurants do close in the afternoon time here. But yeah, can you imagine sitting out there in the square overlooking the church and having a nice meal and a glass of wine? Amazing. So another restaurant, Bar Mamalou. There you go, Bar Mamalou. Maybe that's a bar to come and investigate in the evening time and enjoy it in this beautiful, relaxing square in Benejuzar. Lots of nice seats again to sit out, so you won't be short of sitting down, finding a seat here to sit down in the square here and just enjoy the whole ambience of the place, because it's just so nice to sitting down watching. I must say it's so clean and tidy, these squares. Somebody has to clean these, I would imagine. Every day, probably the cleaners. That's something you don't see. The cleaners tend to come along, people in the evening time, when it's less hot in the daytime. And there's another interesting building over there. These brown ones. Now there's a plot of land up for sale. Look, I wonder what's going to be built on there. Are you after a plot of land? Do you want to build something off grid? Maybe you could have it there. But be very careful, guys, if you are building anything off-grid. Do make sure that you see a solicitor and make sure that the plans and everything are all in place, because so many people can get caught out here in the rules and the regulations. And planning. Now look at this one, these windows here and that street. Loads of different trees again down that street. So all the time I'm finding something amazing when I'm walking around. It's like a voyage of discovery here. Along every single street you will find something. Look at this little shop tucked away on the very corner here of this lovely street. And what is it? It's like a small little antique type shop, I suppose I would describe it. Look at that. Look at that statue there. Who would you like that in your home or on your sitting room table? And again with the statue of the cockerel below. Now that's a Morris Minor, look. Imagine having that. I remember those in the 60s, 1960s. And the old telephone a 1950s telephone in a shop window here in Benejuzar. So if you're after any antique type things, this could be a little shop that you might find interesting to go in and have a wander around. Polar bear there, look, and that, and who would like that lamp there, that giraffe? And let's go and have a little walk round at the next window and see what's in there. And oh, look at this urn, special urn, lovely silver type urn, and look at those candlesticks. Could you imagine those on your Christmas table or your special birthday table? You would be the talk of the family, wouldn't you? Talk of your relatives having those on your table. Not sure what the prices are. And look at those camels. Look at those camels in your on your sideboard or table in your living room. Yeah, have some really unusual things here in this shop, I must say. So nice to have a little wander and see. And this window is all about clocks. Would you believe it? A little grandfather clock there. That is a miniature one, and it's got some another clock there, another clock with some statues on it. And look at this, a horse and carriage, a traditional Spanish horse and carriage. Would you like to take that home today? Again, don't know the prices, but and look at that, lamp with the chandeliers hanging off it, the glass beads hanging from it. So, if you fancy a bit of antique shopping here, maybe that's a shop to come and discover and find out a bit about. So, one thing I have to say is every town has these zebra crossings, which is great. Not much traffic to worry about today, though. And again, here we're coming to the side of the church, and what do we find? A little kiddies play area again. So when they're coming out of the church on a Sunday, the kids can go off while the parents are having a chat and play on these slides as they're coming out the church area. So I love it. I love it that they've got some little swings there as well, little dinosaur part there. And we've got another festival coming up, the Moors and the Christians, from the 4th of May, which it's already started, to the 3rd of June. We've got the Moors and Christians. Now, this is nearly every town has this type of festival where they dress up in all costumes and to celebrate the Moors and the Christians, which have a great history here in every town in Spain. And to honour the Moors and Christians and in honour of the Virgin Mary, of course, the Virgin del Rosado, they have a great big festival where they all dress up, and horses as well. You find knights on horses, and they parade all through the streets. You've probably seen it on lots of videos. So throughout Spain, and you can get on lots of trips, lots of coach trips here as well, to go and see them. And if you get to the big major cities here in Spain, like Murcia, Alicante, they do it on a really grand scale. But the towns here, every single town will do it here, so you're really spoiled for choice. So there we go, another bank over there, another bank. So as I said, a couple of banks here. So you're okay to, if you're on holiday in this area, I could really recommend this town. It must be on your list to come and see. It's one of those little towns where it's sometimes overlooked, and it's because it's a bit off the track. But it's not far from where I am in Algorfa. It's only about 10 minutes down the road, I should think, from Algorfa, and you've got this on your doorstep. So amazing. Do come and have a look if you get a chance, because you will enjoy it. And even down this street, look, the side of the church, you've got places to sit down. This looks like some sort of club, doesn't it? Clubhouse. Could be tourist information, do you think? Could be possibly a library, or it could be that, couldn't it? Some type of building, I think, public building, library or something like that. Viajes Salcedo. This is a travel agency. I do know Viajes means to travel. So it's a travel agency, and look, where's it got? Disneyland in its front window. Would you fancy a trip to Disneyland here? Well, you can get it here if you go to the travel agents here. They'll sort you out and get you a trip to Disneyland. I think it's Disneyland in Paris rather than Florida, but great that you've got a travel agency here. Now, this is a building they're just doing up. This looks like a building they're doing up. Looks like it's going to be made into apartments. Maybe 1, 2 apartments there could be. So it looks like an old building they've ripped out and going to make it into apartments. But yeah, every street has got different types of these little architectural type buildings, which is great to see. Not sure what that's going to look like when it's finished. Be interesting to come back and see what it might look like. So yeah, coming along to this building, this air corner here, you can see it's very quiet today. Moving along, and disabled parking there, which is in blue. If you see that, guys, that's blue for disabled. And what have we got over the road there? Would you believe it? Vending machines. Now, we used to have a lot of those in the UK, didn't we? In the 60s and 70s, you used to find vending machines, milk vending machines, chocolate vending machines. Well, here in Spain, they still have them. Look at these in Benejuzar. You can get popcorn, look. 70 cents for a small bag of popcorn. And small bags of crisps there from about 70 cents. Which is nice to see, because if you speak peckish, you're thirsty, you're not stuck. There's Twix there, look, €1. Hall's Mentholyptus, who remembers those? Yeah, I do. Many a time I had a sore throat and I would have Mentholyptus going to the shop. Energy drinks. And look at these, more fruits and crisps here from €1, 70 cents. Amazing. Kit Kat for €1. And Crunchy, Nestle Crunchy. So, yep, so caught short here and the restaurants are all closed. You know you can get something to eat. So here we have the Ayuntamiento, which for those of you that aren't Spanish, this is the town hall in Benejuzar with the Spanish flag flying. Very important building. It's where you come to get your padron, sign on the padron if you're a resident here. And get all your paperwork done. They'll sort out anything official, your driving licenses, anything like that. Your card, renewals of anything, licenses. If you've got a premises or you've got a restaurant, you have to get a license for it. If anything needs altering, this is the place to come and get it, or they'll sort you out. I have to say the one in Algorfa is very, very helpful. And they actually have someone that speaks English there. I'm not sure about this one, whether they have someone here. But look, they've got the Madonnas again there. So they've just had a festival. And this is where you can find out everything about what's going on in the town here, in these town halls. They'll have a special Facebook page or special events section that will tell you what's going on. Now look at this on the side of the building here. Miss Muriel. Someone's actually painted this on the side, and this is what they tend to do here in Spain. You just walk round the corner, and you'll find a wall or something that's been painted. Vega Fiber there. Vega Fiber, the internet. So if you're stuck for getting your internet sorted out here, you can get it sorted out. No problems. Okay, so there we go. Another street there, a different set of trees, and yeah, lots of different shops here as well. Look, I wonder what this is. Oh, this is a printer shop. Look, a printer shop. So that's you definitely need printer shops here, because we needed to get printing when we first came here, because you need to get everything, copies of almost everything here. So if you're stuck for a printer, there you go, in Benejuzar, you will find it, and no problems getting all your printing needs sorted out. So if you've got any problems with anything, that might be a good idea to come and give this place a visit, and get all your printing needs done. So not sure what the prices are, but it's very, very cheap to get copies of things done here. And yeah, so get yourself down to the town here and see it. There's a clothes shop here. Look, I just noticed this as I was walking around. Look at these. Who fancies those? These, I must say, it's all placed out very nicely. Nice little jewellery. Someone's placed some jewellery at the bottom there. Look, it looks really nice and nice. Look at that. How those little child's jeans are decorated with silver emblems on them. Somebody stuck all those on. So amazing. This is this little unique shop. This in Benejuzar, a little unique clothing shop, and you don't find them. Sort of they're tucked away, but this one's got jewellery, little bags, unusual things that you can go in and have a little browse about. Similar type things, I suppose, you probably find on some of the market stalls here, but this is a little shop that sells them in Benejuzar, specialist, a bit more upmarket, I think, than what you'll find on the market stalls. So yeah, so I'm very impressed with this little town, I have to say. So if you're in the area, do come and visit it. And it's surprised me at every corner that I've turned. And this is back to the square again. Look at this beautiful. Just show you this before we finish the video. This is a water feature in the square. Look, I love the little small trees that they've planted around it. And you can just sit overlooking this by the side of the church. Well worth a photo shot here, or a selfie if you can get one, of this beautiful church and church in the background and the trees, and just chill out, as they say, enjoying the ambience of the place. So that's just about concludes my walk today, and I hope you've enjoyed it. The different walks around. There's another restaurant here. Look over there, and another one you can sit out and just enjoy. That one is open, and they're doing coffees there today. Sitting out overlooking the square. What more could you want or enjoy on a pleasant, warm afternoon, and maybe having a tapas and a coffee here in the square, in the plaza of Benejuzar. So this looks like the stage area here. So this is where they have all the fiestas go on. Massive, massive stage, and I imagine they can have all rows of chairs out here when it's fiesta time. That looks like a big stage, I must say. Quite a bit, 3 or 4 times larger than the one in El Gorfa. So yeah. So lots of town. This is a big town here. Lots of people that live here: English, French, German. So it's a right mix of people that come here, live in this town. But it is a working Spanish town. So as you're walking around, you will notice that. But yeah, lots of things to enjoy here, and things going on. And I think the market here, as I said before earlier, I think it's around the streets surrounding the plaza area. So do come and have a look and enjoy. So with that, I'm going to try and head back now to the car and sort of parked it up. And look at this again on the end here. Beautiful, beautiful building just to sit. Veranda goes all the way around. You could just walk all the way along the length of your property on that, couldn't you? And just imagine talking with friends, having a few friends up there, and taking in the view of the plaza. And why not? Great building. So with that, I am going to leave you and head off. Look at the little verandas on this one. Now, that's actually up for sale. I wonder how much that one's going to cost. I do like the colour though of the building and the little tiny Juliet type balconies there. I wonder how much is up for sale, or whether it's going to be the new owner will keep it as it is. I'd imagine it probably would have to be kept as it is, because I would imagine with these old buildings, you've got to have a lot of money if you're going to plan, and that's if they allow you to change the ambulance. I'd imagine this you'd have to keep this one as it is, because it's just so nice, and I wonder what it looks like inside. That's the one thing I wonder. So if you're interested in that one, maybe you could go along and see what it's like inside the actual building. It's got about about eight windows and two large ones. So, mi amigos, there we go. That was the beautiful town of Benejuzar. I hope you enjoyed the video, okay, and the little walk around that I had. As you can see, the very beautiful plaza there, beautiful square, really beautiful town. Lots going on there, lots of beautiful walks, and just great for the family as well. And as I say, that could be a town that you might want to consider if you were looking for places to live over here. As I say, it's very close to El Golfa, and very close to El Moradi, another big town that's got lots of shops as well. Orihuela is not too far away from there either. So yeah, really beautiful. It was a beautiful day and a beautiful walk. So my friends, don't forget to keep watching, sharing, subscribing to the channel. You don't know where we might be next or where we might go to next, okay? So if you've got any suggestions or any ideas where you would like us to go, then do drop us a line in the comments below, and we'll only be too pleased to explore and find out further for you. Thank you so much for all to all our subscribers, wherever you might be. We are growing the channel, and our numbers are rising, so that's a really positive. So don't forget to share us and tell your friends all about our channel, the Costa Blanca Travellers. And if you wanted to support me with the old petrol and the going out and about, you can buy me a coffee. Buy me a coffee. I'll leave the link below. Every little bit helps the channel and helps me to try and grow it further. Thank you ever so much. So Rose hopefully is getting there slowly but surely. Hopefully she will be back with me in the near future, and we can get together to do even some more videos. Thank you so much for all your kind comments, and hasta luego, and we'll catch you next time. Adios. Don't forget the thumbs.